In Waco, Texas, it will be either Pearland, Texas, or Eagle Pass, Texas, advancing to Williamsport, becoming the first United States representative at the Little League World Series. Carter Blackburn with former Big League All-Star Robin Ventura. Pearland a perfect 4-0 during the Southwest Regional. 42 runs in those 4 games.
Yeah, and they have been impressive. Really, the class of the offense for this tournament, and I mean, all the way up and down the lineup, 1 through 11, they've just been solid. You know, in Little League, you always want your best hitter leading off because you want him to bat the most times, and that's Bo Orlando. Really quality hitter.
10 for 14 here in Waco. 2-2 count. Orlando fouls that off from the pitcher Ricardo Gonzalez. It's an Eagle Pass team representing Texas West, who had to fight through the elimination bracket in Fort Worth 2 weekends ago to even reach the Southwest Regional. And here in Waco, they have twice fought from behind to have walk-off wins, including Tuesday in the semifinals to reach this championship game.
Yeah, and that's the one thing you see, and that's the first thing you think of when you look at this team is resilient. They've been down, found ways to come back, found ways to score runs, and then finally pushed some across. 2 walk-off wins in this tournament by Jonathan Ramirez.
Full count pitch to Bo Orlando is down in the dirt, ball 4. Bo Orlando, the leadoff hitter for Pearland. Let's take a look at the rest of the batting order. He's followed by Blake Toller, Jorge Gutierrez, Mason Van Nort. His cousin Jake catches Bo Orlando. Caleb Molly's in right field. The hot-hitting Hunter Smith in left, followed by Price Bashori and Matthew Betancourt batting 9th for Pearland. Coached by Mike Orlando. He's the manager, Don Smith, the assistant coach.
I loved earlier when we talked to these guys, they just couldn't wait to get out here. You got a 6 o'clock start, and they're ready to go this morning.
Hit batter as Blake Toller took it off of his hand. So down to first base goes Toller, and the first 2 reach for Pearland.
Oh, right off the elbow. Not really where you want it, but that hurts. Yeah, that's one of the things you know in this game tonight is, you know, a lot of people, a lot of fans here. It's just one of those atmospheres that, you know, your nerves kind of get to you. And for Eagle Pass, you're really hoping that your pitcher, Ricardo Gonzalez, can come through and find a nice groove and throw some strikes.
An early opportunity here for Pearland, a walk and a hit by pitch. Second batter that Gonzalez has hit during the time here in Waco. And already we see Sergio Ramirez, the manager of the Eagle Pass team, come out to the mound.
All right, let's see it, sit back, make sure you...
All right, any base, let's go. Throw what you have to throw. All right, you know how to throw the ball, throw, you know what you got. All right? Breathe, take a couple of breaths. Breathe hard, breathe hard. All right, let's go. You can do it, son, you can do it. You got confidence in your baby, let's go.
What did we talk about the other day about all the different functions of the Little League coach? Breathing instructor falls in the same lines as well.
Yeah, they have to be part psychologist. You got to go out there, you got to instill some confidence in your pitcher and in your kids, because this is a situation. I mean, all these kids, they realize what's at stake and where they could go if they win this game, and nobody wants to be the one that, you know, they feel like they lost the game for them. So that, you know, there is a lot of pressure on these kids.
First pitch to Jorge Gutierrez is a ball outside. Gutierrez, born in Venezuela, lives in Sugar Land, Texas, on the west side of the Houston area. Pearland is on the south side of the Houston area. He's the one who said his baseball role model is Jackie Robinson because of the way he dealt with the adversity crossing the color barrier. Ricardo Gonzalez's 2-1 pitch is hit hard down the line and right, and it sails beyond the right field wall for a 3-run home run. And Pearland continues its offensive onslaught.
you start looking at when your pitcher's wild, you're going to look for a pitch right in the middle of the plate. And Jorge Gutierrez, I mean, this is just classic hitting. You see those eyes lighting up, hitting the ball, hitting that fastball the other way. And this ball is just a missile straight to right field. I mean, once a pitcher's wild, you can zero in on him and just make him throw a strike in the middle of the plate. And these kids just continue to pound the baseball.
45 runs now for Pearland in 4+ games. Not even an out in the first, and already 3-0 Pearland on the 3-run shot from Gutierrez.
Well, that's the thing in Little League. You know, sometimes to be the visitor, it's okay because you want to see if you can jump out on top, see what happens, put some pressure on the other team because, you know, if you got some nerves, you're going to be the one that can go out there and in those first couple outs, you know, react or go after the other team and put some runs on the board.
And yet Gonzalez throws a couple strikes after the home run, this one to the backstop.
And I think for Gonzalez, you know, the pressure's there and you feel nervous and, you know, finally you give up a home run and you're like, you know what, the heck with it. I'm just going to rear back and throw as hard as I can and those butterflies go away.
He comes back to K, Mason Van Noort.
You know, if you can score some runs, that might be the best thing that happens to you, just to go ahead and let the butterflies go and rear back and throw it as hard as you can. Yeah, this is just, you know, tilt it back and let it fly. I mean, you know, now you have nothing to lose. And sometimes that's where this Eagle Pass team becomes scary. I mean, this is nothing new for them to be down 3-0.
Resilient is the word that best describes the Eagle Pass team, not only here in Waco, last weekend in Fort Worth, 2 weekends ago in Fort Worth, the last tournament. Through the elimination bracket, they had to win 4 straight games, but there was rain, so it was an awkward schedule where rain delays and games being pushed back and double headers and starting games at 10 a.m. And Sergio Ramirez and Enrique Gomez, the coaches for this Eagle Pass team, just talked about how through all of that and what would seemingly be distractions, the players just kept their focus and kept fighting back. We've seen it again here in Waco with the 2 walk-off wins that you mentioned.
Yeah, and that's going to be something that they're going to have to rely on to come back in this game, and it's going to help them that they've been able to do that not only here but in previous tournaments.
Jake Orlando down on strikes, and what a response from Ricardo Gonzalez after the home run. He Ks the next 2 hitters.
Well, again, you're going to have to get in the dugout and see what can happen offensively. But, you know, so far, ever since he's given up that home run, he's been able to get it in the strike zone and be able to put some pressure on the offense that's really put up the most runs in this tournament.
Caleb Molly, first pitch swinging, foul ball. He had a home run last Friday against Eagle Pass when these teams got together. Caleb is the guy, when he has selection of the radio in the team van, always ends up on the country music station. And here we are right down the road from Willie Nelson's hometown of Abbott, Texas.
Of course. I don't think you'd expect too much different out of Pearland.
List George Strait is his favorite, so good Texas kid. Mentioned Pearland in the Houston area, so most of the Pearland players are big Astros fans as well. Molly fouls off the 1-2. Pearland just south of Houston, Texas. First appearance in the regional tournament since '96. And again, neither of these Little League organizations have advanced to Williamsport, so either Pearland or Eagle Pass will be on to the Little League World Series for the first time. City of Houston's really gotten behind this Pearland team, especially rolling through this tournament in Waco. Reporters up from Houston to cover the team.
Well, I think both teams, you know, you start looking at how many people are here. I mean, they both travel well.
Molly rolls that one off the glove of Gonzalez. Gutierrez recovers and nearly throws out Molly, but an infield single with 2 gone.
Well, that was a nice effort by Gutierrez at shortstop. You see this ball's hit, and it's going to go to him, and Gonzalez just tips it enough to let Molly beat this out. And you can see right here, as a pitcher, sometimes you're better off just letting it go and letting your shortstop get it. Just great effort all the way around. Oh, he can smell it once he sees it tip off of that glove.
Hunter Smith looks at strike 1. Big Bunny, as he is known. And he's had a heck of a tournament here. 7 for 11. For a .636 average in the 4 games in Waco. Lines that one foul and out of play. Packed house here for the regional final. Smith rolls the 0-2 deep in the hole. Gutierrez goes to second to just get Caleb Molly, ending the top of the first. The Pearland power on display again in the first. 3-run homer from Gutierrez.